ends, right? My hemorrhoid just went down a little bit. I had like a little hemorrhoid. Well, I mean, I still got the hemorrhoid, but it was like, I thought it was like prolapse or whatever, but it went down. I was chugging water and shit. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna chug some more water and it's gonna go all the way away. Once I chug some more water and shit, it's gonna go all the way down. But I was trying to get some cream. And let me show y'all how wicked this system is. And I'm gonna walk in this sun while I talk to y'all. Right? I was trying to get some help for a preparation H cream, right? Y'all, it was just only $4. I probably asked like 14 people, right? And you could tell how people was trying to weaponize the situation against me. Like, because they personally don't like me or they know what I talk about, or they just racist as shit. You get what I'm saying? And it's just crazy, y'all. Like, you can see, like, and I know off of me going through a financial struggle, I can't explain to y'all how it's increased off of like, because in general, some people try to weaponize certain stuff against people, right? It's a regular thing, you know, the level of classes, different money brackets and stuff. People, you know, not everybody that's doing good weaponizes their financial success, you know, above anyone. Not everybody does that, but a lot of people do that though. Even if a lot of people do it, don't even realize they do it, right? But y'all, I can't tell y'all how much people, all I needed was like $4 for the cream, but I can't tell y'all how much people, like literally, I seen it in their eyes and their face that they was trying to weaponize that towards me, like purposely, like I want you to be in pain. Man, we got some evil ass people on this planet, y'all, and I'm just happy they getting the fuck out of here. I'll be honest with y'all. like I'm ashamed that energy of that nature is even on this planet. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest with y'all, cause I know what we do. I know where we come from. You know what I'm saying? And I know the behavior that's with us. And it ain't that shit. You get what I'm saying? It is not that shit, you know? And you should have just seen everybody. Like, I know that everybody wanted me to just get so mad that I would just take it and walk out. But in my mind, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, off of me going through your financial struggle, like, I've dealt with hemorrhoids over the years, you know? And since like me over smoking more and stuff, like the black and miles, right? And just the stress and stuff, like I've dealt with it before. So it's not anything that's like I'm not used to, you know what I'm saying? It's just when it gets out of hand, if I smoke a little bit more black and miles and my stress really skyrockets, and it'll, you know what I mean? It'll act out or whatever, you know? Or like if I self-sabotage and have like some sugar or some, you know, dairy or something, it could get reactive because I know I'm not supposed to be eating that. You get what I'm saying? Or having that in my body. So like, that's what I mean. But I mean, I'm telling y'all know, especially if any black people that see this, y'all know what I'm talking. Like when, like there's two types of white people, right? Or two types of inorganic people. Inorganic people that, and like what I say when I talk about characteristics and traits, it's not all of y'all. It's just majority of y'all. You get what I'm saying? But even y'all that don't have it, I'm not gonna say y'all don't have it. I'm gonna say some of y'all aren't as reactive as others, but it'll still come up in small, subtle ways. You feel what I'm saying? But most of y'all, majority of y'all can't control it. So when it's like anything that y'all can make of a bad situation for an organic being, y'all will try to do that. You get what I'm saying? Especially if y'all have the upper hand or y'all feel like y'all have authority. Y'all will try to run with that and make the situation as worse as y'all can for an organic being. A lot of y'all are like that, you know, and y'all try to cover it up, but y'all know that that's y'all thought process and y'all projections and stuff. How you, like basically what I'm saying is anything that you can do to try to like make a black person feel bad, y'all will try to, but y'all know we're not violent people. You get what I'm saying? Y'all know that we're good people and we're good-hearted people. You get what I'm saying? This lady just now that went in her house, her child came out, her child was looking at me. You know, children breed frequency. Children can tell if a person's a bad person or not. You get what I'm saying? And children come up to me all the time of all races. You know, children literally will leave their parents and come up to me. I be telling y'all this, and they'll walk up to me and their parents will be like, have you spoke to my child before or something like that? And I'm like, no, I actually stand for children. I love all children. Everything that I do is for children and the protection of them, and for us to stop using this wicked ass system that's been infringed on us to avoid really watching over them and controlling their through growth and development. You get what I'm saying? Black men are the main people that's talking about this shit more than anything. Even that's not on the internet. I come across them all the time, even more so off me being in this situation. And what do I tell y'all? What's the most people that I see that financially struggling? It's black people, specifically black men, y'all. Black men. Like, we're out here and we're hurting. You get what I'm saying? We're hurting and we're not protected. And while all this is being said, they try their hardest to make us reactive. Most black men, like in a majority collective standpoint of now in which what we're living in, right? Most black men in general aren't really mentally strong. They're very reactive. You get what I'm saying? Even more reactive off of not knowing who they are, you know? So they'll be easily triggered to get violent in a bad situation or something that could feel like tempting of those feelings to come out. You feel what I'm saying? Like in that situation I was just in just now, an average black man would have snapped. You know what I'm saying? He would have snapped. He'd have been like, fuck this shit. And this shit only $4 so small. Man, I'm taking this shit and walking the fuck out. Now he wouldn't have been wrong. Because how that trickles down, it's like, he's not stealing shit. This store, even being on this fucking property on this land, was stolen. What do you mean? So he's not taking anything. But we're in a monetary system. Y'all know how they got it set up, and they got it set up for a cost, because they know that certain people will be able to get it, some people won't, and some people still might need certain stuff that's mandatory. But even for them, they would have to ask, and that's setting them up for a situation for them to be in trouble too. Like it's like they create all the problems and the solutions. But my reason for getting on this live right now is, look, y'all know how real it is. Look, I've been posting. Look, I lie to y'all not. Tell me I'm lying, y'all. Tell me what's real. And y'all can tell the ones that already faded out. Y'all can tell the ones that already faded out and which was sprayed. You get what I'm saying? Tell me I'm lying. Please tell me I'm lying, because I see it clear as daylight what's going on. You get what I'm saying? And I'm saying this with a goodness heart, with passion. I'm sorry if it offends people, because it's so real that, you know, everything that I was saying and other people were saying was coming about, you know? Summer 2021, you know what I'm saying? I was out Baltimore with it. I was out Hagerstown with it. I wasn't out the Commonwealth, but I was somewhat I was out of Commonwealth, coming back and forth. But I mainly was out there and shit. But I was out here, coming out here, starting to talk about that shit too. And I'm saying this to say, my whole reason for saying this is what I just said just now, was to say, like, the people in this general area, or those areas I just mentioned, they are aware of me, especially even more so if I show my face. They already know what I talk about, and they know I'm going through a financial struggle. They know I'm fighting for my son. So a lot of times they try to weaponize whatever they can to try to, like, make me feel like less than or like inadequate. You get what I'm saying? But even in a situation like that, the universe always looks out for me. You know? The universe always looks out for me. Like for real. Like, for real, to be honest with you, I was already 10 steps ahead of that situation. For like, if it would have got any worse than it was getting in the time that I was walking around and drinking the water, I would have just got it. You know, I would have just got it. To be real with y'all, I had the money to get it. You know, I had the money to get it if I really needed it, and I would have got it if I really needed it, but it went down. You know, but like I said, just because I'm struggling, it don't always mean in the moment that I don't have anything, that I don't have something for it. Now what I have for it, it might be for something else, and that might make another situation harder in a way that I'm struggling. You know, I'm not all the way on my feet or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But most of the situations, I've been in this situation a while. I know how people think. I know how people try to weaponize situations against you, even more so when you're a black man going through stuff. So I know the tactics and everything in which people go. Like, I'm already, like, when they be thinking about doing bullshit to spite me, I'm already 10 steps ahead of you and already thought about all the reaction to that, how to handle it and everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm an Aquarius. So it's like 9 times out of 10, it's not going to work. You know what I mean? It's not going to work with me. I'm too strong, you know? But it just lets me know how evil this world is. You know what I mean? Like, but besides that though, real quick, let me tap in with y'all. Hey, shout out the human being, shout out the human being that helped me with my court case. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. You feel me? So we said, and then real recognize real, right? Regardless if some people might disagree with what I'm saying or shit like that, right? People can speak to me and tell I'm a good person, and they can tell I'm real passionate about stuff. And a lot of times, good people align with good people. They'll protect me in a manner in which they might not have thought about prior. You feel me? Off of just having a conversation with me, GP, and seeing what I'm on. You hear what I'm saying? For real, y'all. You know, that's the thing. Good energy is always going to connect, even with an unnatural person. Swear to God. So y'all be trying to do certain shit, but y'all got to realize, at the end of the day, all the bullshit y'all be trying to infringe on me, y'all got to realize, I'm a pure soul. hear what I'm saying? As soon as that bus saw me, he started, that's another attack they do to me. As soon as they see me trying to get on the bus, like they start moving. I saw his head look over, and right when he looked over and he seen me, he started going. You know what I'm saying? Literally. And now I got to stop him, and then he going to look at me like, I'm like, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get on the jump. You know what I'm saying? They be doing that a lot with me. They be trying to like purposely leave me and shit. You know what I'm saying? Hello? Can I? Hey, I appreciate you stopping for me. Thank you for stopping me, bro. Hey, peace, goddess. You know, it's crazy, y'all. So, yeah, I know I'm in hell. So, I know I'm in hell. But I'm gonna tear this bitch up though when I leave though. When I leave, whoo! I'm telling y'all. I ain't tearing shit up when I leave. I'm telling y'all. Some people that can really feel energy, y'all know how mad I really am about a lot of shit. And I'm just, you know what I mean? It might come off as passiveness because it's like me dealing with it properly, but I'm mad about a lot of stuff because I know it so well, and I have such a righteous heart that even when I speak on it, when I like a lot of average stuff, right, that black people speak on. Y'all know, like, human being that's like racist and stuff, how they'll act and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how they'll get because it'll irritate them for what they probably already knew. You know what I'm saying? But then you have people that speak so righteously and real with it that it's so felt that the person can't even really get mad at the black person. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I be coming at people. Something like a lot of times, like even white people I was just talking to just now. Like when they were saying sorry and stuff, like one of the weakest ways that, and I know off of like needing help, right? And asking, majority of the people that you ask for help and they say no and they're sorry, I want to say like a good like 97% of the people, they're not sorry at all. They even use that word and they say sorry so quick, like, oh, I'm sorry, because they really don't care about really helping you. But they want to make themselves feel like they're a good person. And they don't want you to see that they're like that. So they're going to say like they're sorry as if like if they could, they would. Very few people are really in that category that's in like, okay, if I could, I would. Because most people, if they could, they would. You know what I'm saying? Very few people will be in a situation like, if I could, I would, and then just still won't. You know? I'm not saying there's not people in that position, but most people, when they say that shit, they're lying like shit. And they're not trying to seem like they don't give a fuck. That's like to make them feel like, you know what I'm saying? Another thing that you know off of going through your financial struggle, how people lie and stuff. People will say like literally, like it be times, y'all, where I needed some food, right? I'm not even asking for money, or like I have whatever in my hand I'm trying to get, like, so if they can buy it, like I'm not asking for money at all. Like it'll be times like where it's like that, or I'll ask someone straight up, like, and I'll even say to them, y'all, I'll be like, I'm not trying to ask for money or anything. You know, I don't even think people owe me anything, you know, but I do need this, if you can help or not. And then people will be like, I only got card. And I'm like, you know, well, that still doesn't change the situation, because even if you have card, people don't have Zelle these days, people don't have Venmo these days, people don't have Cash App these days. You know what I'm saying? Like, or there's not an ATM in every shopping center for you to pull out $10 if you wanted to. I'm saying, like, these are excuses that people say to get out of making you see that they can help, but they just don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Which they have the right, because nobody owes. You know what I'm saying? You don't owe. You don't. I'm not saying like you owe me your paycheck or you got to give me this money. You know what I mean? But it's just like, stop lying though. You know what I'm saying? That's a way of protecting toxicity in itself, and that's one subtle way, right? But it's a lot of stuff that's in that category like that, where it's like people lie about basically not, they lie in a way about what they have because they don't want to feel like a bad person. You know what I'm saying? So that justifies them not giving a fuck. You hear what I'm saying? That's what that shit be for real, y'all. But hey, shout out Linda. Gustavo, you know what I'm saying? Rabbit, shout out y'all. You know, but yeah, y'all, it's a real thing. So, but like I said, for all of those people, if they was to see this video or not, y'all just trying to weaponize that situation of me needing the cream. My hemorrhoid is almost like 80% down than it was when I went in there. Because I was walking around and I was drinking water and I was chugging water before I went in there, you know? And y'all know how when you chug water, when you have a hemorrhoid, it'll go away a lot. That's one of the first things they tell you, like drink a lot of water, you know? But it's just crazy that, and I know that happened like that because the universe saw how everybody was trying to weaponize the situation against me. Because everybody knows what I talk about in this area. But guess what? Like, if I come across you and I need help and I ask you for help, you're not helping me. Isn't stopping my faith. It's not stopping me talking about this and all this real stuff, and it's not slowing down the process of this shit shutting down because of y'all living off of me. You know what I'm saying? Everything is still happening regardless. You know, regardless, y'all. So it's like it's nothing that y'all can do to stop what I'm saying. You know, it's nothing y'all can do, y'all. You know, so that's the best part. That's the best part. You know, that's the best part. But I met, like I said, I meet beautiful human beings all the time. The human being that helped me out with my case, my gun charge. You know what I'm saying? That's real, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's real. That's respectable. I hope you see this. Like, I respect you for that, man. I respect you when you can see, because I know I'm a good person. So when I can see that you can tell I'm a good person and you deal with me off of knowing I'm a good person, you know, amongst it not being a lot of that, right? I really, really respect that, you know, because that's how I am, you know? That's how I am. So, shout out, what, there's a couple of human beings. Shout out to human being earlier today. You know, that helped me earlier today. He had long hair, and I told him, you know what I mean? Like, human being, white man, you know? I had a conversation. I had a conversation with another white man at BMW yesterday, and the way certain energy speaks volumes, right? The way this white man's energy was like he either heard me talking about genetics and stuff happening on the planet before, or he already knows himself, and it's like the least I can do is have the utmost empathy and compassion for you. He was speaking to me like he wanted to cry, but in a way of wanting to cry, like, man, I know what you're dealing with. I know what you're facing, you know? And I'm like, yeah, man, everything happened for a reason, you know? I'm happy everybody did me wrong. I'm happy y'all showed me y'all colors, you know? Because it's an eerie feeling for me to think that y'all would have been around me while I'm coming into my true self or coming into everything that I'm supposed to have, you know? I'm glad all of y'all showed y'all true colors before any of that could reach me. You hear what I'm saying? I'm very, very grateful for that, because some people be having the same people around them. Why, you know what I'm saying? When they get to where they need to get to, or they in trouble, because you know what's coming after that. You know, I got all of y'all away from me beforehand. You know what I'm saying? I got y'all the fuck away from me. Got y'all out of there. You know, and any punishment that's been done to my son through y'all or anything like that, y'all have no idea how bad that karma is coming to y'all. I'm not even going to say on here, but just know it's on the way. And anything else that you thought that's happened to you already, it's not even going to match that. And I'm telling you, my brothers and sisters, do not play about children, y'all. They do not play about children. You know, I chose to make the choices y'all made, and it's going to be consequences behind it. Like real consequences, y'all. So like I'm about to get some sun right now. I'm about to go in nature, get some sun. I'm about to, like I said, I'm fighting addictions, right? But I'm not even gonna say I'm fighting addictions, because there's people that do stuff because they stressed out, and then there's people that really know what's down to your T while still learning and stressed out about certain things. Like, I'm gonna be straightforward with y'all. The only time I want to smoke a black amount, or I'll smoke a black amount, is when it's like I know it's something that I gotta throw money towards, which I throw money towards stuff every day, right? You know what I'm saying? And I don't have the money for it. And then I get anxious because I'm doing all that I can to survive in the system. that's designed against me. But in the process of me either getting a job or losing a job that's not my fault and getting another job, meaning like I'm always doing what I got to do for myself. But real life doesn't stop just because all them things come about. You hear what I'm saying? So I might need to ask somebody for help, and then the time of me doing that, it makes me feel like I'm not doing I'm not gonna say what I need to be doing because I don't need to be doing this. All this is abuse, but in a 3D way, what I need to be doing, right? The fact that I'm doing all of that, and then like I still be in lack and have to ask for help. If I have like some extra change or whatever, I'll get a black amount for like 60 cents or whatever, and I'll smoke it. You know what I'm saying? While I'm dealing with the stress of that. So basically, what I'm saying is I'm smoking a black amount off of the abuse of this system, these infringed ways of this monetary system on me. I know when this shit can't be weaponized against me and I can do stuff regularly, I'm not gonna be smoking no damn black amount. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be smoking no damn black amount. That's just abuse, you know? It's just because I start having anxiety attacks and everything because I know how this shit is set up. And it's just like a fucking mental attack, you know? And it hurts so bad, not even just in the moment of me not even having the money for whatever I'm trying to get money for that I need, like to eat or shower or wash clothes or anything. You know, like literally just the infringement alone and knowing what I'm in sometimes, and then me facing the severity of it right then in the moment is too much for me to handle. And I'll have to get a black amount to deal with it and cope with it, you know? So for y'all to think that I'm not going to give punishment out for that when I leave my vessel, or y'all not going to be held accountable for that, who the system is based on, right? Like for who bring these ways upon us and still trying to protect it and act like it's not what it is, y'all gotta be crazy. Y'all gotta be crazy to think it's gonna be no consequences for that, you know? I'm telling y'all, the moment I leave my vessel and I die, y'all should get really, really scared. I'm not even gonna lie. But y'all know how they say when souls aren't at peace, my soul's not at peace at all. It's not, y'all. My soul's not at peace at all. And I don't even care. I don't even care what no one thinks about it. I don't care what I just don't care, you know? I just want to give out my own personal karma. You know what I'm saying? It's past stubborn. It's past stubborn. Like that shit is forever, you know? That's why I told people I already had issues and stuff from these streets. So people always think like, you know, the worst and stuff is like somebody even just killing you or harming you and stuff like that. Like, but a lot of times it's not always that. Like, I'm a person, like, I don't forgive, y'all. There's no forgiveness with me. So it's like, whether I'm up, down, I don't give a fuck, even if it affects me negatively. Once you do me wrong, you're gone. Finito, you know? Finito. And I'm so serious about that shit when it comes to me escaping these narcissists that try to control my life and shit. Like, I don't even care about I don't even care. Like at first, like the first couple of years being alienated from my child and stuff, I was like, man, I'm missing all this time with my son. But it reached a certain level of pain, and the first 5 years are so important of a child's life that I really don't even care no more, y'all. I really don't even care no more. You know? But what's real, how it's crazy how time isn't real, y'all, but time is real for some people because they gotta catch up. Right? I know when I gave the signs that I was done with people or giving them the warnings that I was gonna cut them off forever, and no matter what they did, how much they attacked me, everything for them dealing with me on forward was gonna be from the outside, and they would never be able to speak to me again. I know a lot of those people thought that I was lying. You know? And they had to go through their own karma and see that shit didn't work out and have people switch on them that they thought was solid and shit for them to see and stuff, but that's not a good enough karma for me that it just ain't work out. Like I kind of want to see you rot. I want to see you rot, burn. Like that's not enough karma for me, you know? And my answer, and I'll say this, I'm not saying that I'm talking to my ancestors or anything like that. I mean, but you can talk to the universe all the time, you know what I mean? In general, you know? But I mean from the standpoint of, I know passed on loved ones of my genetic makeup that care about me, right? and know what I'm supposed to be doing on the planet, maybe even more so now since they passed, right? Oh yeah, they're fully aware of y'all that did what y'all did to me, and everyone connected to you. You know what I mean? And they're not playing. They're not playing. Y'all don't have to believe me, but it's why you just gotta watch people who you're messing with, because people, certain people that could be in the best financial state of this monetary system or the worst. But what I'm saying is some of us that don't even matter. It don't even affect. We just are who we are regardless. Basically saying like how I am now and me coming into who I am and what's what, I'm gonna be the same way now off of what's been done to me and the life I lived and what I found out, what's real. I'm gonna be the same person now, whether I'm in this situation forever or if I was to get rich and blow up tomorrow, I'll have all the money in the world. You know? You know how they say pain changes people? You know? So so I'm gonna just leave y'all with that. I'm about to start my day for real. Well, I'll chop it up with y'all a little bit before I get off this show. But the most y'all gonna get out of me is me just on here talking to y'all. Regardless of whatever you say about me, whatever y'all do, whatever spiritual attacks y'all conjure up. Guess what? You're gonna see me on here. Even if I don't get on here every day, you're gonna see me back on here. Or just know of me, still just making it to your next day as we get closer to this shit crashing. Y'all seen what just happened with the government, right? I've been talking on it, but I was gonna talk on it when it officially happened or whatever. But let me ask you, like, y'all know that's connected to your money, right? Or what should that let y'all know, right? But still, everyone's out here just trying to live like everything is everything. That's a crazy connection. That's a crazy mental connection. Because anything, even on a 3D level, that you'll see of something that you need to change, you don't even need to have multiple things happening over and over and consistently and not stopping for you to change. You'll see like a piece of something that's showing something you need to change, and you'll go about changing it. So it just goes to show you people change what they want to change until they have no choice but to change something that they should have already changed themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, this system's so genocidal, but people are so connected to it. They're literally gonna wake up with the same mind state to live in this same fucking way until they, no matter how much money they have, the stores aren't even there for them to spend the money, or the money isn't even relevant no more, and considered a form of currency no more. Like, literally, that's how stuck to this way of life that people are. You know, y'all. That shit is sad that you would be to something so much that while all of it's being destroyed around you, you still have avoided energy to acting like everything is okay, or even where you're at in the present moment, that it's not going to be affected along with everything else that's happening on the planet. You know, I don't give a fuck no more. I cut my mom off. My baby mother is finito. I hope that bitch die for real. Me separating my son, it don't even hurt me no more. I don't even care, really. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm doing what I got to do. Other than that, I don't give a fuck. You know, I don't love anybody. I love myself. You know, and that's it. And that's it. And to be honest with y'all, I'm working on that. You know what I mean? Even loving myself. Because there be sometimes I don't. You know. But one thing's for certain, it's not going to be anybody that's not of myself not loving me properly. Hell nah. I'm not even giving any of those people a chance. You know what I'm saying? You know you fucked up with someone where you can't even come in and manipulate. Like they just chopped your whole shit off. Only thing you can do is watch them on YouTube from here and shit. That's how you know you fucked up. You know? That's how you know you fucked up. But I'm gonna let people feel that wrath of my absence in their life forever. Leave this bitch. You get what I'm saying? Like, once you disrespect me, you'll never get my respect ever again. I'll never respect you, and I don't care what nobody says. My child, if she ever was to come around me, even in front of my son, I won't even respect her in front of my son. gonna be honest with y'all. Some people might disagree with me, but they might call me a little boy, but I really don't give a fuck, because it's like y'all niggas didn't feel the pain that I felt, and the level of disrespect, and really what that did to me and changed me inside out. And y'all might disagree and think about it from a whole different perspective, and that's good. You know what I'm saying? That's understandable, but I'm going about it how I'm going about it. So it's very, very real. I'm just waiting for the last of this shit to crash. But it's only one person that I really want, y'all. It's only one person I really want. And she feisty as hell, man. She needs to stop being so damn feisty. I have a habit of falling in love or liking women that either aren't attracted to me or are attracted to me and are just toxic as hell and would try to hide it. I realized that off of the pattern of females that like I fall in love with or like over time, and that's something I'm working on with myself. Because I know that's a what do you call it, of the fact that like I didn't get unconditional love growing up from my mom, my dad, and none of that shit. And it's all true. I'm not saying this to say anybody to feel sorry for me, because I don't give a fuck no more. I really don't care, Everything is in my life what it did did what it's did. I just know that I'm getting full revenge as soon as I leave this shit. That's the first mission before anything. Ain't nothing more severe than that. You know what I'm saying? Than me getting my personal revenge once this shit closes out. That's just gonna feel so good. That's just gonna feel so good, y'all, because when you really know what this shit did, when you really know, you can't, which one is that? When you really know, right? How you doing today, bro? You leave in like 10 minutes? 3 minutes? Damn, I got pissed, but yeah, y'all, it's a real thing, It's very, very real. That's why I tell y'all, like, damn, I gotta piss real quick, bad though. I got this bad as shit though. Nah. I'm gonna pee real quick right there. I'm gonna pee real quick. Hold on. Woo. My life crazy as shit, but hey, it is what it is. Don't shit shock me no more, y'all. I'm in hell. So you gotta make the best of this shit in hell, right? But not in a way to just distract you and not worry about the real problems no more, though. Yeah. It's real, y'all. So yeah. Gotta give me some more water. I'm not gonna lie, my hemorrhoid hurting a little bit more. But hey, I'm alive. I made it through another day. I'm in pain every day, y'all. But I don't give a fuck how much pain I'm in. I'm making it through the next day. Seeing this shit crash. It's got me fucked up. Y'all niggas gonna have to kill me. I'll take whatever fucking pain. I'm gonna see this shit crash all the way. Nigga, this shit personal. This shit personal with me. this shit personal with me. I'm one of the strongest. I come from a strong ass fucking bloodline. My shit's stronger than Kente. You know what I'm saying? You be trying to figure it out like, damn, how is he surviving? How is he surviving? Because I come from a different bloodline. You know what I'm saying? Like how, in general, it'd be hard to survive. How I'm surviving without a job and stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, but nah, I'm in the richest area. You know what I'm saying? The whole richest areas of the whole 50 states. You know what I'm saying? The most racism. You know, the most detrimental police department. You know, everybody know to know. Whenever you hear the word like Fairfax County and shit, not to play with Fairfax County. Everybody know that shit. You know, everybody know that shit. But y'all know how much run-ins I had with them? They all know me. They all seen the process of me on some wild shit, and then where I'm at now. That's why a lot of them leave me alone, because they seen that shit. They seen that shit with me. They don't even gotta tell me they seen that shit. I seen them. Like I seen a lot of those officers age over time. You get what I'm saying? I'm not talking about from I'm not talking about y'all from a cellular standpoint either, like their cells breaking down. I mean like just them getting older, even, you know. And this shit has been, man, this shit has been a lot. Like this shit has been a lot. I don't know. I don't trust anybody no more. You know. And I know a lot of people was trying to push me to that, like on purpose, and feel like they won, but they played themselves, because you kicked yourself out of my life forever, and you can't even have a conversation with me no more. So fuck you, you know what I'm saying? Fuck whoever you with, and basically all the stuff that people was trying to do purposely to me, like I found comfortableness in. You know, I'd rather be isolated now. For real, I already was a person that was to myself before the mother my child or any of that. Anybody really know me, they'll be like, yeah, Forrest, he kind of was a person that was to himself even before you. He just got more isolated now, but he already was kind of like that. You know, and niggas that smoke with me, a lot of my other exes, they'll tell you, like, a lot of my exes that smoke with me and shit, they'll tell you, like, they'll be like, yeah, me and him used to slide off, and we would just smoke alone together. We used to smoke. Like one of my exes, my main exes, we would always slide off and smoke with his face. You know what I'm saying? And leave the crew, leave everybody, even before we was dating and shit. You know? We would just slide off. So it's crazy. Everything happens for a reason, though. But the worst in life has been done to me. So I don't really feel anything no more. But I was with a girl in the woods for like I really want to say from like 3:30 or 4 all the way to like 9 or whenever it started to get dark and shit. Like we was in the woods, and I'm not going front. We started messing a little bit, and then like we stopped or whatever. But my nose ring got stuck in her hair. My nose ring got stuck in her hair. That shit was crazy. That's never happened to me, right? That shit was crazy, because I heard it felt the Lord yank. I was like, oh. I was like, hold up. I was like, wait. She was like, you need me to pull my hair? And I was like, wait. I was trying to do it myself. I thought I couldn't get that shit out, and then I was able to get that shit out. You know, and I didn't even hit her back. You know, just because of certain stuff that I got going on right now. But I'm gonna hit her though. I'm gonna hit her. To be honest with y'all, she actually is crazy. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like I'm telling no lies. The way she made me feel, it's insane. Like I was just speaking about certain things, and like when she kissed spontaneously because she felt what I was talking about and how much it hurt me. You hear what I'm saying? And that was real as shit because I don't think that it's been a female that showed like they cared for me like that. And when she hugged me, it was like I felt like I was glowing. I'm not even gonna lie. There's no words for it, but I guess that's how real love feels like when someone really. Basically, I guess I felt what people feel from me, like the love I give out and how I make women feel when I really love them. When they mess it up and don't appreciate it. That's how how I make me feel. That's how she made me feel. Now I know. But the difference is I wouldn't manipulate that person. You know? I'm not gonna play with her heart. You know, I'm not like that. You know? I'm not thinking that to have her and still have another girl and have my cake and eat it too, or you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not on no weird, disgusting, gross ass energy like that. I'm not on that. You know, it's gross. You know, and I'm not trying to go to another lower vibrational female that'll accept my lower vibrational behavior either, and try to make it work and make it look a certain way to your public and shit either. Nah, I'm not doing no weird shit like that, y'all. You know, but oh yeah, I met an African though. I met an African from Nigeria, fat as hell, dumb fat. And I wasn't even gonna speak to her, but then I had to speak to her because she was just too bad. I had to speak to her. I was like, man, you are beautiful. I was like, oh my goodness. Like I really thought that I met my wife. So I really thought I met my wife. I don't know. See how shit shake, but literally, she was dumb fat, and she was sitting next to an Asian when I started speaking to her. And y'all should have seen the way I'm telling y'all. You know how other people know who we are. This is how you know. Even if it's something simple as a black man showing respect to a black woman, you know, and saying peace, goddess, and you are very, very beautiful. That Asian Korean girl, she got so insecure, y'all. So insecure. Like she would tell she was offended and everything. And I was just like, damn, it's because she know who she is. You know what I'm saying? That's why she got so offended like that. Fast forward today when I was in Walmart. I know genetics in a way where I can even tell if somebody's melanated, even if they're not neuromelanated. I can tell, right? Especially like, so I seen like two Asians or whatever. Seen two of them, right? And I knew that one of them was either Vietnamese or Filipino. So I was like, you Filipino? I was like, you Filipino or Vietnamese? He's like Vietnamese. I was like, I knew one of them before I even said anything. The other guy, I already knew that he wasn't. Right?
Stop requested.
I already knew the other guy wasn't, right? So I appreciate it. I already knew the other guy wasn't. So literally, the other Asian guy, what he did, he called it out himself. Like what the other Asian guy did, he literally he was like, I'm Asian. He was like, I'm Asian. He basically. Yeah, my fault. I thought I seen my friend on a bike for a moment. It wasn't him though. But yeah, so the other Asian guy, right? Let me tell you how everybody kind of knows genetics, even if they don't know genetics, right? Because people know that they're not us. And I'm not saying this to be disrespectful or anything. I'm just saying it's about average. Like there's stuff that can be erased, but there's stuff that can't be erased, in which even if you don't know what it's connected to, it's still like in your mind state. And that's like one of those things, right? Everybody that knows they're not black people, even if they don't know why they would know it down to the T, but they know it off of like our history, even in which how it's been lied about. You hear what I'm saying? So I'm saying this to say that it was like that same energy of just someone that has more of a biological connection, even with them not being us, right? Because Vietnamese, Filipino, they're not us. They're not neuromelanated. You know, they're melanated, right? So it's a little bit more with them and with that. But still though, like even with that being said, the Korean next to him, the Vietnamese, right? He knew that he wasn't of him, and the guy that was Vietnamese didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? Like he was shocked as I was telling him, but the other Asian guy was trying to defend already, like quick. You know what I'm saying? Quick, almost in a way for the Vietnamese dude to not even know what I was saying, but he caught on to what I was saying, and I respected both of them, and I continue moving. But that's a good example of what I be saying, like organic people or people that have more of a biological connection than someone else with more animal DNA or complete, right? Everyone that's unnatural, they're aware of who's supposed to be here and who's not. You get what I'm saying? They're very aware of this. They just want to see if you know, and if you don't know, they're gonna act like they don't know. Like his whole, I can tell that they had a friendship and shit. You know what I'm saying? The whole time, however long they've been friends, that Asian man wasn't gonna tell that Vietnamese man that his genetics are a little bit different than him. You know, he wasn't gonna say that to him. He wouldn't say that. Wasn't gonna say that shit. But he found out today, though. You know, he found out today. So this is what I'm telling y'all. You know, I really value y'all. I'm about to chug some more water, try to make my hemorrhoid go down. But either or, I made it here another day. And how I look at it, I'm already halfway done with this day, because it's almost 12 o'clock. I got some good interviews coming up to be a good slave, right? To be a good slave. Got some interviews. I'm gonna say this too, y'all. Of course, there's certain jobs that I might be more fond of, because it just made me think of this. There might be certain jobs that I'm more fond of than some other jobs that I worked, right? You know, it might have more of a connection to like what I normally would be doing if I wasn't living this ideology, right? Like it might be a job with nature or something that might not feel as bad or whatever, because I'm like, I'm doing this with nature, I'm helping nature out. It's considered a job 3D wise, but this is something that I'll be doing on my own, even if I didn't have to live and provide for myself on a planet where everything is in abundance of those natural resources, right? But even with that being said, right, it's still like majority of the jobs, right? Like, so I really understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that there's none that might not feel as bad, because like I just said, there is, you know, it might not feel as bad because you might be doing this even without this way of life on you. But majority of the jobs, y'all, you hear what I'm saying, is in a way of like, even though I'm about to get this job and I've had recent jobs and stuff like that, I'm not happy with being a good slave, y'all. And I'm not going to express it in any shape, way, or form as if however long I stay there or I'm comfortable or like it, that's not that. You feel me? That's me. Now, I'm not speaking on anybody else or anything like that. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying this from the standpoint of, technically, we really shouldn't get used to any job where you either got to clock in, even if you're working from home, for real. Like any way of in which you got to do something to obtain money, right? A currency, because we're in a monetary system that obtain the regular basics that you really don't need, but that you need in the 3D wise to survive, right? It's just crazy, you know? It's so crazy. I'm trying to say, I feel like some of y'all that are already watching this, y'all might get what I'm trying to say without saying it, because I'm not trying to say it the wrong way. But it's like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, anytime that you're doing something for money in a monetary system, right? Because it should be looked upon like we shouldn't in any way say or like our job to make it seem like, because in a way it's like it makes it feel like it almost gets viewed like we should be doing it. Like when we say when I'm doing this job, it's like we really shouldn't be doing this shit. You know, we really shouldn't be doing this shit. I guess that's all I'm trying to say, because the type of work that you would be doing if you wasn't in the monetary system. You know, of course, it would still be work or whatever. You would do certain things that you normally would do, right? But what I'm saying is stuff would be a lot better. Like, you wouldn't, like, you might do something with nature. You go get your food yourself and shit like that. But you're definitely not going to be going to any job in the time that you would be spending time with your children in those hours if you have children that's young. You know what I'm saying? Anything like that. But it's just like all this shit is just deception, though. All this shit is genocide, y'all. You know, all this shit is genocide. I'm just happy that Mother Nature is doing it, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If I came into all of this awareness, how I know it, and everything wasn't happening, I would crash the fuck out, y'all. Even with me having a child, because I don't care no more. I already been separated from him for so long. I would crash out. I would crash out. I would crash the fuck out. So y'all better be lucky that Mother Nature's doing what she's doing, because I will make a statement myself, and I'm still gonna make a statement myself when I leave my vessel. In a lot of ways, I'm still gonna do that. In a lot of ways, you know, I'm not in a rush to leave my vessel, but I know when I leave my vessel, it's up. You get what I'm saying? It's up. You know, I'm not caring about no tears. I'm not caring about no cries. I'm not caring about no sorries. I'm not caring about nothing of that. You know, y'all about to see me in my real form. And when a lot of y'all see me in my real form, a lot of y'all gonna be shocked. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna be shocked. Cause y'all gonna be like, damn, you feel me? But you better why? You gotta be careful. Especially, you always gotta be careful when it's us, because you don't know how one of us are being cloaked. You know? We all come from the stars, we all come from different parts of the cosmos, but some of us have different missions, you feel me? We all have that one mission, but we have different missions. We got like side missions, side conquests and shit too, you know? For reasons why we're here, even within this ideology of these infringed ways on us, as far as breaking it down, you know? A lot of us got different shit that we supposed to be doing and shit. So I value y'all, man. Peace, power, abundance to all of y'all. Shout out to everyone trying to be their better self, regardless of the pain and what they fighting in, you know? Keep striving. If anything, you see my video, I hope I give you strength. I love you, you know what I'm saying? Keep going, you know? I heard one of the guys tell me, he was like, man, he was like, he looked like he was about to break down. I told him, I said, man, I was like, I can't give up, you can't give up. You know what I'm saying? I said, we don't even know each other, but we need each other though. You see how I just gave you energy, and how you just lifted your head up. You didn't even know me from a can of paint, but you felt that strength. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Some people did it to me too. So, you know, that's powerful. Sometimes even people that's not even us, you know. But even more so with us, you gotta go on. You know, we in a war. That's why whenever people tell me that you know, if I do need help and they tell me that I'm sorry shit, I'd be like, fuck all that I'm sorry shit, because you fucking living off me. I shouldn't even have to ask you, you know what I'm saying, for help. I shouldn't be in lack of no shape, way, or form. Everything on this fucking planet is connected to me, and you're not even connected to this shit. You know, so you know what I mean? How am I in any way in lack on my own shit, and somehow you're so-called flourishing and having everything? You know what I'm saying? While the majority of people that you see species-wise and then gender-wise out here that's struggling is black males. You know what I mean? Fuck out of here, you know? Y'all, we know what the fuck this shit is. Like, y'all, like, we not playing no more. So it's like, this shit low-key is a wrap. You know? So I'm gonna just leave y'all with that, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Peace, power, abundance to y'all. Gratitude y'all way. We almost home. You get what I'm saying? Make it through each day. You get what I'm saying? Make sure you get the much sun as possible. You get what I'm saying? If you gotta cut people off, even your mom and dad, whoever, so be it. You get what I'm saying? Because we in hell. So while we in hell and this shit closing out, you gotta realize, like, man, anybody close to you can be used in a way to have you not knowing who you are and receiving the downloads that you're supposed to be getting. You got to be prepared for that if that comes your way, you know? For real. It could be your own child, it could be your mom, it could be your dad, it could be your best friend you grew up with. You know what I'm saying? It could be any of this. So you really got to keep your head up on that and really know really what's what around it. Y'all know I value y'all, man, because when I'm going through, I never thought that while I was going through this that I was gonna come into all this information. You hear what I'm saying? I I didn't think that shit. But one thing that I told myself as soon as I came into this shit, I'm gonna tell y'all what I told myself. This is what I told myself. I said, man, I can't hold this shit to myself. Because it's the reason why I had this information. I can't be selfish, you know, especially to my own species. I wouldn't want to, you know, because now that I know this, I see what we dealing with and why we carrying out what we carrying out. And we better than this. You know what I'm saying? We better than this, y'all. We be doing shit using zero energy, y'all. You know what I'm saying? What we know in the 3D way, like not trying and doing crazy things that don't even make sense to people that's not even natural. So that's why it just sounds crazy, or for them even when their species known that we did these things in the past, they kind of cover it up as if like these things aren't even connected with us. That's why, you know. So you gotta really see shit for what it is, y'all. So I value y'all, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. So Lord, Rear Points to RoBs Inferno while the fucking burn slow. You already know what the fuck it is, man. Shout out to all my guys and goddesses and all high vibrational human beings. You feel me? Again, this is a Rear Points with RoBs Inferno while it burns slow. Shout out to all my guys and goddesses and all high vibrational human beings. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, man. I value y'all. Respect and abundance. Gratitude y'all way.